The conceptual framework. What do we have in store for you here today? This is the conceptual framework under which all of the sections that we will have in this test will follow. There's going to be conceptual framework and standard setting here, meaning who sets the standards, who sets the framework. You're going to hear a lot of terms such as the AICPA and FASB and GAP. However, for the purposes of the test here in FAR, FASB, the Financial Accounting Standards Board, is going to establish GAP, and those are going to be what we follow and what sets the conceptual framework for our test, and obviously for the accounting that follows in the real world. Let's see. We really have one learning objective from the AICPA here today, and that's going to be to recall the purpose and characteristics in the conceptual framework for business and non-business entities. So what is non-business? Who does non-business? Well, that's not-for-profit. That's going to refer to an organization that does not exist to generate a profit necessarily. So just touching on that a little bit as well. And a lot of memorization here. Definitely be ready for that. But what I like to say is anytime you have memorization, it's great. It's a benefit because if you can memorize something and go into the test with it memorized, that's a lot better than going into the test not really too sure about something and possibly getting points off. For example, audit. If you went into the test with that textbook, the audit textbook, and took audit, there's no guarantee you'd pass. However, BEC, which is a very memorization-heavy test, if you went into the test with the textbook there, your chances of passing would be much better. So with that logic in mind, memorize anything you see throughout this test that we say memorize, and it'll be totally worth your while. Almost to the point where I'd say don't go into the test unless you have it all memorized. It's our standard that we want you to know here, and it'll do you well in the test.